The universal law of cause and effect, often called karma, is, despite its far-reaching impact on human life, one of the most misunderstood spiritual principles on Earth. To the majority it looks simple: do something good and good comes back, or do something harmful and harm returns. But is it really that black and white? Or is there an angle that we still miss that separates those who benefit from it, and those who do not, even when they acted in the same way to the observing eye? If your life journey has brought you face to face with this paradox, then stay with me. I have found a simple trick to rewire how you employ the law of cause and effect to get karma to positively reward your every action. And I mean every action, no matter how little. There is more to how karma operates than meets the eye, and today, you'll gain one of the clearest understandings of the law of cause and effect. In less than the time it takes to make a plate of noodles, you will know 4 vital things about this law that many struggle to really understand. First, you will know how karma actually works. It's different from what you've been told all these years. Second, you will find that hidden gem within the law of karma that shapes your destiny far more than your actions ever could. Third, I will present a list of 10 common scenarios that demonstrate the significant impact of this minute shift on outcomes. And fourth, how you can use this magic wand to reshape your life in as yet unimaginable ways, one action at a time. Let us begin. Like I said earlier, most people still think karma is just moral bookkeeping, a cosmic scoreboard of good and bad deeds, and that's all there is to it. And I used to look at it that way too. But over the years, personal research of this concept has revealed to me that it's not quite that simplistic. In fact, I found that deeper spiritual traditions have secretly taught their adherents that karma is about a different thing entirely from just a crude action resulting in a mechanical reaction. Here's what they actually teach. If karma were to be a tree you planted, motive would be the root, action would be the fruit, and karma would read both. However, because motive feeds the tree, motive matters more than action, as the quality of nutrition the root delivers determines the quality of the fruit the tree bears, even for the same tree species planted on the same soil. And because they have decoded that this karma thing is not just mechanical but measures the energy, intention, and awareness behind every choice, they know how to make 2 identical actions create completely different karmic outcomes. In short, they have left the ignorant majority behind. That profoundly simple realization has very far-reaching implications and warrants a deeper look. Picture 2 doctors, in different locations, performing one particular kind of surgery. While one operates for prestige and profit, the other operates from compassion and service. It is the same action, right? But the karmic imprint is worlds apart. Why? The answer is that acts of genuine service register differently at the soul level and in the divine scorecard of cause and effect from those done out of ego or selfish agendas. One echoes divine abundance and is tied to the energy that sustains creation and keeps replenishing and expanding, while the other echoes lack, fear, and scarcity and is ultimately depleting and contracting. But you may ask, why do evil people prosper? Well, despite the appearance of a positive outcome from selfish actions, it is not lasting. Those who act with this motive ultimately end up in shame and poverty. It is only a matter of time before this occurs. Look around you and confirm this. Deep in our origins, we are sustained by unconditional love, one that we do not labor to merit. So, in dispensing the benefits of action, the universe doesn't just see the action, rather it sees the motive of the soul behind it and rewards every action that aligns closest to God's baseline vibration, which is unconditional love. Those actions rank far higher on the reward scale, than actions that originate from selfishness and self-preservation on the part of the initiator or doer, even though they are similar to the observing eye. That is vitally important, for that is what truly preserves divinely ordained fair play and ensures no one fools the universe. This here is the deeper meaning of the saying, God is not mocked. Your motive reveals your depth of awareness, your connection to your higher self, and your spiritual maturity, and is the determining factor between which of your deeds appear on the radar of cosmic compensation, and those that just drift past unnoticed and unrewarded, or if at all they receive any positive payout, such payout is measly and negligible. This does not contradict karma, it confirms it, but in a more subtle yet significantly important addendum. Karma is still not punishment, but a mirror that reflects. Only this time, by reflecting the inner rationale behind your outer action, it reflects the quality of your inner world back to you as payout. To confirm this, here are my top 10 real-life situations we meet every day where two identical actions have dramatically different karmic consequences based on their underlying motives. Disciplining a child, when done with love, means setting firm boundaries from a place of protection and future growth. The energy you emit here is nurturing, strong, and wise. This creates light karma or even karmic merit. But if it's done with cruelty, you're reacting out of unresolved anger, control, or ego. The child feels fear, not structure. This builds karmic debt, even if discipline looks socially acceptable. Donating money, if done to serve, means giving generously and feeling connected to those you help. There's no attachment to credit or recognition. This aligns you with dharma and karmic grace. But if it's to boost your image, you give with the motive of being seen, praised, or liked. Though the money helps, the karma builds around ego and binds you to the curse of slavery to external validation in all things in order to feel whole. Ending a relationship from love means recognizing that growth has stalled, and parting ways kindly. In this scenario, you release the other person with gratitude and care, and this clears karmic entanglement. But if it's from spite, you might ghost, manipulate, or punish the other person emotionally. The break may be justified, but your motive anchors future karmic ties through pain. If you speak truth to liberate, you share your truth vulnerably, hoping to bring clarity or healing. Even if it's uncomfortable, it serves growth and earns you karmic clarity and a positive payout. But if it's to harm, you weaponize truth to shame, hurt, or dominate. Even if it's factual, the energy is toxic, and so is the karma. Now moving on to refusing to help. If it's from clarity, you set boundaries because helping would harm you or enable dysfunction. This is karmic discernment, not selfishness, and you actually grow from this because energy drainage is prevented. But if it's from indifference, you ignore the need because you don't care or judge the person as undeserving, and this creates karmic contraction and separation. In this scenario, you attach yourself to the need to act with detachment and attract several more scenarios that ensure you eventually learn this lesson. Unfortunately, it may entail your being on the receiving end of indifference and misjudgment. If you unavoidably fail to meet a commitment with honesty, life shifts. You apologize, communicate, and take responsibility. Negative karma is softened through conscious repair, and the act of acknowledging the failure with openness reduces the energetic weight of the misstep. This builds emotional maturity and trust in relationships. But if it's with deceit and you lie, disappear, or blame others, negative karma then compounds because the action was embedded in avoidance. It reflects inner immaturity and fear-based decision-making. The deceit creates additional layers of energetic entanglement, and the negative karmic echo is stronger not just because of the failure alone, but because of the unconscious handling of it. If protecting someone comes from compassion and you defend a vulnerable person because you sense injustice, this actually builds karmic protection for both of you. But if it's done with a sense of superiority, meaning you are stepping in just to feel like a savior or to exert dominance, the action might look noble on the surface, but in reality it just feeds your shadow self or untrained ego. Eventually that mask will be ripped, and the payout will be painful but necessary, for inevitably, your true self must be unveiled no matter how long it takes. If you are seeking spiritual growth, do it with sincerity, walk the path humbly, face your own darkness, and welcome truth openly. This sincerity helps dissolve your karmic backlog and accelerates your evolution. But if you're driven by ambition, you might chase awakening as a kind of status or just to feel better than others. Karma then arises from spiritual ego, not from your soul, and the payout is an eventual and painful unmasking that, while serving to liberate your true self from this facade, happens via a very deep public embarrassment. Asking for forgiveness, if it's done with humility, means you usually see you're wrong, feel genuine remorse, and really seek to repair. This is what restores your energetic balance and begins a positive karmic payout. But if you do it with manipulation, saying an insincere sorry just to silence someone, to look good, or to avoid consequences, well, karma isn't released, it's just deferred. A karmic debt of eventually being manipulated by others unfortunately awaits you. So, regarding stealing to eat, well, if it's from hunger you're starving, and the theft is really about survival, not greed. The karmic debt here is minimal and often carries a sense of understanding from the divine. By the way, I would recommend asking humbly rather than stealing. But, if it's from deceit and you steal with the intent to hoard, harm, or ruin the victim, even if the action is the same, the karmic weight is a lot heavier. And when you later wish to pay back, some form of deceit and harm to you will accompany that rebalance. Let's see how this wisdom accelerates your growth. For the wise, this truth is gold. For your path to making the most gain from the operating dynamics of this law isn't about perfecting your outer behavior, which may still be deceptive, as no one sees your heart. It's about purifying your motive. When you refine your intention, you cleanse your karmic field. You break cycles of fear and guilt, and you align with your soul's truth. For at its core, karma is not a judge, and it is not randomly generated punishment. Karma is actually a mirror of energy, not necessarily of action. No more and no less. And when you align your motives with love, clarity, and truth, even your mistakes become medicine. So don't fear karma, work with it, learn from it, and gain from it. Move with clean hands, keep an open heart, and have a sincere intent behind all you do. Because in the end, in the season of reaping from your actions, the universe doesn't just echo what you did. More importantly, it remembers who you chose to be within the act and pays you accordingly. Thus, don't be fooled or try to fool divine intelligence by empty actions. God is not mocked and honors its law of sowing and reaping to the letter. But the sowing and reaping are not in the outer acts. It is in how those acts serve a divine purpose or otherwise. That is as simple as it can be. And now that you have the keys to a brand new life, go on and enjoy karma. Like and subscribe if you found value in this presentation, and keep on being the earthly ripple of divine love as you remain blessed and renewed on all levels.